we would like to say and appreciate and say good hello and good day.
Hi, Enrico.
Now, we will start slowly, but then we will start accelerate, how do you say? So, you had an interview for us.
Yes, Enrico. You're alone.
Well, hello. It's so funny.
Hello. Hi, Enrico.
How you say?
Hi, Enrico.
No.
You're alone, or is there somebody?
By now we are alone. I'm alone. We are alone with you and me, and he also is alone right now. Each individual alone.
Great. Can you describe how?
Do you want something more? Somebody else here?
Well, I have questions. We have questions from our.
We are listening to your questions.
We have questions from our audience. We would love to ask you your perspective on these questions. Is that okay?
But now we have bigger audience than you right here that are listening to this conversation.
Yes. Can you describe how channeling happens in this case?
No. Thank you for these Burvik's questions. Can we describe how this form as a channeling happens? Is this the question?
Yes.
So, are you interested in what form does, from your physical perspective, channeling happen, and also what form does the channeling happen from our perspective, or those both together?
Both together.
Both together. It's so funny. Now, in the first place, in the first sentences that we will have to share as before we begin to tell the deeper story, the bigger picture, you would say, is that we find it so interesting, so you would say excitingly interesting, how do actually humans think what is channeling, how do actually you, and maybe in the perspective, not you alone, but you as humans see the channeling, and how do you understand that channeling to be as something unique, or as something you would say a spiritual gift, and some may say in a different words. And these ideas from humans we find really, really strongly interesting and really, really strongly exciting. How can actually humans think of such a different ways? But we will describe the channeling, how it happens in this form, in this case, and in many other cases as well. Now, the first thing that we begin is that channeling is a form of energies, is a form of aligning energies, is a form of being in the same energy as you truly are, being in the same energy as you would say from your perspective as the being's energy is. It's a matter of aligning energies. Now, from your perspective, you are being channeled. That is, from your point of view, our perspective is that you are being channeled. Your consciousness is constantly being channeled through this and in this dimension, constantly. Now, in terms of channeling another being, how you say, this is an interesting thing, is actually really the same natural thing that you are already doing. It's the thing that you align your consciousness, align your, you would say, energy body, emotional body, physical body, you, and some may say also form name as soul, but we will not use this term. We will use the term of we will use the term as energy body and emotional body and your mind together. Is a matter of aligning these three, you would say, keys, aligning those to connect with that, you would say, entities, being, entities, energy. We wanted to say entities, beingness, entities, energy of beingness, aligning those two energies. All energies that are and are at the same energy length exist in time and space in the same place. Meaning, you would say also, as radio stations, when they are tuned, they are operating at the same energy level and transcending the same message through time and space. Now, channeling is a little bit different. It uses a little bit different energies. You would say it uses soul's energy, your beingness energy, to align itself to that other beingness energy, other being's energy. So in simple words right now that we can share is that basically channeling is all about aligning energies, whether you do it yourself completely alone and navigate through different worlds, different beings, different informational fields, different planetary fields, different energy fields that are around you, and by, you would say, translation or interpretation from your energy, interpretation from your feelings, sensations, you can thus then interpret that energy into your usable words and usable information that you can share with others. So in this case, channeling is that this particular person's soul's energy, beingness energy, and mind together aligns with, you would say, our energy, performing a dimensional bridge, you would say also. And then only the thing or the hardest part is to give out and vocalize this information into words. This is the shortest and the simplest way as we can describe it from your point of view that we can give this information. Now, from our point of view, channeling is a way of being. Channeling is a way of exploring time, space, and dimensions. Channeling is a way of completely being more and more exciting, more and more creative in all possible positive forms available that there are, and unknown possible forms yet still discover. This is the answer. How do we see channeling from our perspective and from your perspective?
Okay, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Why is it or isn't necessary to ask questions in this form of channeling?
There is absolutely no reason to ask any questions. Absolutely.
I mean, people tend to forget and sometimes cannot figure it out, the question.
It's so funny. Forget the question. Well, all the questions that arise from your beingness arise from your inner self. Some may say from your heart, some may say from your soul, some may say from your true being. All these questions are already known. Answers are already known. They already just know the answer. All those other questions which basically just come up because humans are out of line with their true self, come in the noise of their mind. So in simple words, if a human has a question that he tends to forget or doesn't have a question to ask, it's because he is out of line with his soul, with his true self, with his beingness. All humans who are completely in a line with their true self, completely their true self at all given moments, they are tended to enjoy life as truly as they can possibly enjoy it at all given moments and situations, even right now. So basically, those humans and beings who have questions is basically because they're trying to think completely a lot, too much, and are just forgotten about their soul, about their heart place, about their being that is living inside of them. So basically, in simple words, be who you truly can be at all moments and you will never have a question. So is there a reason to ask a question? No, there is no reason to actually ask a question other than just be your true self. Be who you really inspire yourself to be. and inspire others to be from your unique personality. Does this in some way or form help you?
Thank you. Yes, thanks.
We will give another message. Some people find their true self in being excited by living out everything as a discovery, everything as an adventure, everything as a, you say also detectives, that they love to find out, seek out and get information. These questions are also coming up from their true being of excitement, interest and curiosity to explore the exciting adventure, to explore their interest in also exploring themselves to themselves in a completely exciting way. So you may continue with your next question.
Thank you.
Amazing.
There is a question from audience. How does
Audience.
thunder affect humans? Some people get bad feelings in stomach, and when thunder starts, they feel better. Why is it that?
Some imaginable person gets a bad feeling when a thunder is about to happen, and that person's or she's energy tend to get badder and badder until the thunder happens, and then when thunder starts she feels better.
Yes.
Is this the question?
Yes.
So, we will share this story, although it's really necessary for her to be sitting next so that we can share a more detailed conversation. But in this case, we will tell a story. At those moments when there is about a thunder to happen, there is a high capacity of energy being released from the earth, you would say ground. And when those persons who are, for example, sitting at their home, sitting at their place, sitting whatever next to nature, where there is about a thunder to happen, they can get these doses of energy in themselves and in their, you would say, solar plexus center, which is at a center at the body next to stomach. They can get highly doses through there, and therefore they can start to feel sicker and sicker because the ground energy is highly increasing. And we would suggest for that person to start getting, you would say, energies from above to her even a little bit more and a little bit more. So then the, you would say, atmosphere starts to charge up and about to release its energy, you would say, grounding that released energy from the above down. And when that happens, the energy from, you would say, the center of earth or from the ground tends to, you would say, dissolve and become more balanced. Now, this is the same energy that gives also trees the leaves to blossom, flowers to blossom, and everything to blossom. Therefore, also after strong, you would say, thunder strikes, strong energy releases, you may also notice that there are more flowers, more, you would say, leaves growing up much quicker than ordinary days. You would say this is the exchange of ground energy that comes up from the ground. This is the answer to that question.
Okay, thank you. Is water a grounding liquid?
Is water a grounding liquid for consciousness?
Yes.
Thank you for this beautiful question.
And how does it work?
Water is not the liquid for grounding consciousness. Water is the liquid for grounding energies. Water is the liquid for, you would say, storing energies. Also, your energy is being, you would say, grounded here. It's not consciousness that's being grounded, it's your energy that's being grounded. And water is, you would say, as a battery, as a capacitator. for, you would say, energy. Therefore, you can store information into water, you can store energy impulses into water, you can store also genetics into water, you can store it all up, also emotions into water, and they will be stored there. For example, you can, for example, if water has been circulated around the earth, for example, in the forests, in the rivers, and there have been many fishes, many leaves, and many things. And you take this water and put it into a different lake where there is no, you would say, life forms at all of those who have been in the other places. And because of that energy which is in that water that has been around the world, and you put it into the, you would say, empty lake, all of a sudden there will be more and more life that starts to, you would say, evolve from that, you would say, cup of water that you pour into the empty water. In simple words, water is the energy, you would say, energy storage that gives life, shares life. In simple words, you would say also it's an energy incubator where, for example, energy can be stored, and that energy aligns to your consciousness. That consciousness is being lowered down through the, you would say, capacity of the water pills, water drops, or water lakes. That energy is being lowered down so that you can be more intact by your consciousness through that energy and through that water. So basically we would say water is a key point of grounding energy, and energy is a key point of grounding consciousness. So water itself is not the consciousness grounding point, it's the energy grounding point. We loved and would love to expand even more in these stories about water, but the idea is that while your energy is in that water, for example, you consist of water, many of beings consist of water, it's an energy grounding point, and when your energy is being grounded, thus then it crystallizes and forms into new molecules, into new cells, and expands. And also the same process happens with trees and flowers also, and all life also. Where there is water drops, there is energy, and when there is energy in combination with light, sound, and energy itself, it creates an incubator for new molecules, for new cells to start growing and expanding into bigger, and then into leaves, and then into trees, and then even in more and more. When water dries up, when trees tend to dry up, there is no energy that can ground the consciousness, no energy that can ground and give life to that, you would say, tree form. Now, we are sorry that we gave a so long answer to this simple question.
Thank you, it's very interesting.
Well, everything is very interesting.
Well, the next question is, what is God? Is it a personality? Single? How do you see what is God? Is he a person?
In this room, you, the camera, the table, the walls, the light, your hair, doors next to you, chair on which you sit, floor, this table, this chair, this skin, this breath, these eyes, this smell is it. Everything is it. And we, as you, are inside it, and every cell, everything is it, everything is it. You can continue with the question.
Okay, that's it. So he is not a person like me or like
you
somebody.
are a person of it, and everything is a person of it. There is no separation between he is somebody different. Because if somebody would say that God is somebody different, it will be the God itself saying that something is different, exploring itself as something is different.
So the God is everything.
Everything, even this question. And even in this moment, the vibrations you hear is it. Is it.
Thank you.
There is nothing out of it. Out from it, we meant. Everything, even the out of it, is it. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is, what is the difference between dreams where I observe myself from aside and where from inside?
No difference. The only difference is that you gave this, you would say, perspective. That you gave this perspective of it, so that's the only difference. So the difference and how we see it is you are always observing everything from a different direction. You are always observing everything from another perspective. You are always observing completely everything from another perspective, from another point of view. Now in this story, the it has the idea, that person who asked this question has the idea of him being somebody different from the body, of him being somebody different from the I. So basically also this is just another separation idea that I am something different. And what is the difference? There is no difference to it. You are still observing, you are still seeing another or the same reality, another or the same perspective. The idea is that you are constantly an observer, you are constantly observing the happening, and you with inside is happening this idea of what is the difference. You and itself can create the idea, what is it, what's the meaning, how is it, but we would like to say and suggest that share our point of view of it, that there is absolutely no difference to it. There is absolutely no difference. You are still observing a reality, you are still observing the happening, and it's for you to explore, it's for you to understand the capability or the difference or the connection, you would say, with the ideas in your mind that you have. So basically this is just another way of exploring, you would say, the self. This is just another experience of realizing the self even more and more and more. So from our perspective, there is absolutely no difference. Absolutely no difference. From your perspective, we would love to share and tell that just try to feel that there is no difference. There is always and always has been the same observing point, the same observing point. The same individuality that observes. There has always been it, unchangingly the same. The thing that's being absorbed changes, changes, and changes. This is the answer to the question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do you see scientists that trying to promote free energy?
This is the question.
Yes.
They are trying.
They're trying.
Other than just promoting the idea that everything is energy and everything is for free. We would say, again, we have the idea from different perspectives. For example, one is we can share the story from our side, from our point of view to you, and from our point of view of your situation as if we were being there as you are. So basically, from our point of view, viewing this situation that scientists are trying to promote some kind of idea of free energy, they are in complete lock of their own mind about the ideas that you even need a free energy. They are like locked inside of a small, you would say, tunnel, and just constantly going in that direction, in that direction, in that direction. We need the free energy, we must share the free energy, we must have the energy. But our perspective is that everything is a free energy, everything. Look around you, you have free curtains, you have free chairs, you have free, and you can do whatever you wish to do right now, right here, whatever you wish to do. And why do you think that you need some kind of even more freer energy? I'm not complete enough, I need something that I can do more, because then I will have free energy to do more. Right now, you can still do whatever you wish it to do. You don't need to think out and figure out some kind of free energy device. And by this limitation, you are having limitation ideas about energy itself, about it being free to, say, to harvest, about even it being free to have. So the idea, in simple words, also we would share, is that you need to just free your mind by having a limited approach of having free energy from the possibilities that you have or thought to have right here, right now. You need to just free your mind, and you will see that many technological ideas, energy ideas are already around you. And even more we would love to share is that you don't need to put any attachments to any ideas and create any ideas in this world to have any free energy. You just need to realize that you yourself are a true being, you yourself are a true spiritual high being that can actually manifest and have whatever he wishes to have, no matter is it possible or not possible. And by having this unlimited idea, unlimited approach, you will see that this, you would say, having and creating some kind of a limited free energy idea is so limiting and so boring. And this is our perspective, that this is so limited and so boring to create some kind of a figure of energy that's being perceived free energy and being gathered as a free energy other than just you, and you to have and be more and more in who you are. And you will discover that all energy, all everything you will need are always aside. You don't have a limited approach to not see them. Thank you for your question. Is there any more?
Thank you. Yes, the last question. The last question is about colors.
Yes.
Are the colors that affect us?
Yes.
Do humans see the same colors differently?
Yes.
For example, I see red color.
Stop. Thank you.
Okay.
So, for example, all colors are all the same in all worlds, in all dimensions, in all fields. It's the same energy dimension, it's the same energy resonance. Now, in humans tend to have the mind filters on it. The mind filters. And thus then, for example, you as a true being, you as a, you would say, spiritual being, you all are the same. No matter who you are. No matter what you think you are, you all operate the same. You all operate with your feelings on your heart, with your emotions, and so on. The difference is that, for example, you see a yellow color, it somehow resonates with your joy. Others sees a red color, and he is a completely different being. He sees and feels this color. For example, he sees the color completely the same as yellow, completely without any difference. But his energy resonates to this color in completely different direction. For example, sadness, or for example, lack of love, or for example, in some other direction that he may have. Now the idea, as I want to tell, is, and you humans also have the mind filters on it. So for example, you see a yellow color, I see a yellow color, we all start smiling and we all start becoming happy. But for example, somebody has a mind filter to it and he says, oh no, I'm not supposed to laugh. Oh no. I must calm down my emotions, I must calm down this and that and this and that. So for example, in this point, the biggest intention, the biggest, you would say, force is growing down, lowering down, is the mind filters that each and everybody has. And the mind filters are basically emotions interpreted into mind, emotions interpreted into thought forms. So basically, as the next question, which is, can color help into healings? You would say colors can reflect your emotions, and your emotions thus then can reflect your thought forms. And then you can come across to these thought forms and see and feel these thought forms a little bit more. But this is many levels lower. And from our perspective about colors, in our world, in our dimension, in our place where we exist, and we explore the existence as we have it, and we see the existence through our, you would say, bodies as we have it, We all see colors the same. We all see colors the same. But it's the energy resonance that changes the emotional effect to it. We don't have mind as much as you humans have mind. Therefore, we see the colors more emotionally, more tastefully, and more, you would say, into feelings. Humans first see them emotionally, and then the mind filter comes in and pops this and pops that and pops this and that and this and that, and therefore you would say he starts seeing this color in a completely different direction. Now, this answer was a little bit complicated. We would love to share something more, but we would love to have the next question.
Thank you, but actually the question was about do I see physically red color exactly like my friend?
Mm-hmm.
Physically.
But we already answered.
Okay, thank you. Is there a difference what type of clothes we wear?
We will answer this question a little bit more about the physically, quote unquote, physically. The color, maybe we would say 30% is being perceived through your physical eyes. That creates the emotional effect or the feeling effect in you. So the idea and the answer is that only those 30% are physical perspectives. The rest, even with your eyes closed, people who tend to be sensational feelings, they can get the more out of it, the more feelings out of those colors. They are colors as, for example, a yellow wall. There are colors, for example, a yellow light shining upon you. But the physical mind, physical body tends to have only like 30% of the actual taste from that color. So physically speaking, about the same red color, the other may see it, well, a little bit slightly differenter because the filter of his own energy that changed the color, and the filter always, you would say, physical eyes that change the color. But this is in total approximately 30%, as you would say, in terms of percentage. And there are beings who are, you would say, cannot recognize colors, and this is a completely different genetical perspective on those things, and this is a more deeper and a more larger story that we would not love to share it right now in terms of a short time period that we have limited right now. Next question.
Actually, I have a little more. I want a bit more conversation about that. I'm interested in. So I have saw that blind people who never saw a color, they paint green grass. They paint blue heaven. So they see the same as people who can see.
That's what we were saying. That
I just wanted to understand that how
you just
it
gave a
works.
confirmation of that. How it works, how do they know and feel that heaven is blue?
Yes.
Not the heaven, you mean sky.
Okay.
Sky, and the grass is green.
Yes.
Because, as we were saying, you would say also that the physical eye sees nearly only 30% of that actually what is being seen. But the idea and the story is that human mind loves to jump in as a filter, and he would love to say, the mind would love to say, no, it's already 1,000 times been said that the human eyes are yet for us so that we can see. But the mind doesn't know that energy can be felt, energy can be tasted, and you actually see only 30% of your eyes that you can see. The rest happens with your, you would say, energy centers. You also have the stories about third eye, as we would describe it, as energy centers, deeper energy centers. And many of humans perceive and see energetically perceive and see those dimensions. You would say travels, outside body travels, and they see and feel with their, you would say, inner energy, the same stuff, the same thing, even more detailed and more colorful than you as humans who are not blind can see.
and they can share more and more colorful images because they don't have a visual mind interpretation on those things that you people who are not blind have. So basically, from our perspective, those people who are blind are spiritually even way visionary, classified A as you are, people who are not blind. So we would love to share and continue the next question.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So
Yes,
okay,
yes,
the
yes,
last
yes,
question.
yes.
The last question, Enrico. Where do you like better, in Latvia or in Germany?
In the plane.
Why?
Because imagine yourself a story, human wanted to learn to fly, and they created a big metal jet. They created many airfields. They created many, you would say, business institutions. To have a couple of tons in the air, they use so much force to have these couple of, you would say, kilograms, couple of beings and bodies in the air. This creates this adventure so exciting, so unimaginably exciting. And yet you use, you would say not you, but those use so much energy and effort into it that to keep this jet in the sky and keep it as long as it can be in the sky. This is the answer to the question.
Thank you.
And for those who are listening, thank you very much for this conversation. Thank you for asking these questions.
Thank you, Enrico.
And keep up the good flight. It's not the correct thing. Because Tas ir grēcīgi, kas viņiem vienkārši absurds, kā to miskastu viņa gaisā dabūja, kā, un visi sēž saspiedušies viens otram blakus. Vienkārši abrīnojami. Yeah, that was it.
Te man liekas, vairāk nerakstās.
Jā, 4 minūtes nerakstās, bet šodien ir. Šāk nerakstās, kad pēc rakstīt.